And today we will kick off the 40 days of the Spring Festival travel rush. And in the morning, you could see many travelers there barking on their way to back home. And from the aviation department. And this year we have a very large passenger flow. And today we have the Meilan International Airport. So how's the situation here? How to deal with the passenger flow? And today we are honored to have a special guest from the Haikou Meilan International Airport. And Ms. Wang, good morning. Some from the ground staff. So let's go inside and follow the passenger flow. And maybe you can tell us more about the situation of the Spring Festival travel rush. And today is the day one for the Spring Festival travel rush. And also we have many passengers, many travelers here. They're about to go back home. So what is the total volume or what is the passenger flow this year? And even though today is the day one for the Spring Festival travel rush, and actually for our airport, we already have the peak. Yesterday, for the daily passenger flow has already exceeded 100,000 people, which is a new record. And also till March the 5th, and we will increase the airplanes by 19%, and also we have 17% increase of the passengers. Especially on the 8th day of the new year, we may reach a new peak. And on that day, the passenger flow on a daily basis will once again exceed 100,000 people. Yes, indeed, we do have many passengers. And for the first day, you could see there are many people coming here. I could see they are very excited today. So how about the security work? We know that in the Spring Festival, we have a special task force. What are some of the functionalities for all of these task force? And also I could see there were so many ground staff and also so many security staff here. They're checking the bags and also the passengers' belongings to make sure that everyone is safe. And this year you could see the weather condition is quite adverse. And for Meilan International Airport, we set up a special task force. Under such a task force, we also establish 11 groups. For example, we have the security groups, service group, and all of these groups will serve the customers to make sure that they could have a safe travel. And also, today we are joined by one of the commander from the police station of Haikou City. Good morning. So as far as I know, for this year, it's quite different because this year the ground staff in the airport is working together with the local police station. So how's our work? Can you tell us more about your mission? And this year we do see a surge of the passenger flow, and we have made deployment and also strengthen our responsibility for our local police station. We work together with the security staff here to establish a plan to make sure every passenger have a safe travel. So we have a special force and also the armed forces staying in the airport to strengthen the security. And also in the entrance and the exits area, you could see we have so many officemen and police officers staying here to check the security. We are trying our best to improve the level of security in the airport. As we have so many people, so many policemen staying here, we have to protect the passengers, make sure they could have a safe and effective travel. Thank you. Thank you for your hard work. Because of your contribution, you could see people can have a very festive mood. So how's the situation in this morning? So right now it's actually coming to the end of the peak of the morning session of the travel. And as far as we know, and as of now, today, we have already received over 24,000 people, and we're expecting another peak of the passenger flow. Maybe today we'll also exceed like 100,000 people. But still, we are working in an orderly manner. We would like to wish all the passengers a safe journey. Thank you. As the officer just said that for the airport right now it's very safe and operating in an orderly manner. And because of the joint efforts, we could see for all the travelers, they could enjoy a safe journey. So the policeman just told us about the security side. So what are the function of other task force? So for the security team, they're checking on the check-in status and also in the safety of the waiting hall. So for the passenger, they will come inside of the airport and also they go through different gates, check-in. So for the security team, the priority for their job is to ensure the safety and security of the airports. And also we
直接能够快速的跟我们的网约车司机去取得联系，提高他的一个出行体验。
一些贴心的服务，我们刚才
有很多这样
呢
的一些贴心的服务。
我们刚才呢这一路走来有看到很多这个值机的旅客哈，大家也是能看到他们喜悦的这个心情，也能看到脸上挂着洋溢的笑容哈。同时呢，应对这么多就是一些旅客啊，那我们会适当的增加这个航班的数量和班次，是吧？
这是肯定的。我们是积极沟通了海航、南航，在一些
airlines and also the Southern Airline. And for some top destinations, we will also add more flights. And also we will work with the Eastern Airline and also to cover the southern cities and also the southwest cities. So we would like to increase the flights to make sure that everyone can buy a ticket. And also we will add more flights, for example, to send customers from Haikou to the UAE countries. So we will offer more overseas destinations for them. And right now it is quite popular that people would like to spend the Chinese New Year overseas. And for many local people, they would like to come to Hainan to spend the Spring Festival. Would you like to give them some tips? Well, first, actually, you could check our fruit sign. And also, we will provide the door-to-door service for the luggage delivery. If you have many luggages or suitcases, you could log on to our application and also you can make a reservation. So with the reservation, our ground staff will help you to bring the luggages to the airport. So you could come to the airport with a small bag and when you're arriving at the destination and also our staff will send your luggages to your destination. And also there were so many changing rooms here, especially when you're traveling from the north to south, when you're coming to Haikou or Hainan province. If you feel it is too hot, it is too warm, and you can change your clothes right here in the airport. And also in the airport, you could see there was some elderlies and also some children here. And in our airport, we will also send out some volunteers. They will provide services to this vulnerable group. For example, for their family members, they can dial in our hotline and request for this service. So when the elderly and the children coming to the airport, our staff will facilitate them with the checking and boarding. Thank you so much for your introduction about the operation and the service guarantee of the Haikou Meilan International Airport. Actually, in Meilan International Airport, in addition to the service and to ensure a safe journey, at the same time, in the airport, we have so many events happening here. So when you're coming here, you can hear the songs, and we have some specialized products. Now you could see a combination of the airport culture with the culture intangible heritage here. So you could actually feel the vibe of the Chinese New Year. We have people doing some of the handicraft, and also some people are writing the calligraphy. And we have the person in charge of all of these events. Good morning, I'm Yang Zewen. And today we have so many different services provided to the customers. For example, we have performances, and also we have the calligraphy events. And for all the travelers, when they come into this place, and they can receive this card. And with this card, you can actually go to different places to experience all of these different events. So here you could see we have some specialist experts there writing the calligraphy. So can you tell us more about this event? So here in this place, for each one of the passengers, they can receive the couplet. So we will write down some of the couplets here, and we want to wish all the passengers a happy new year. So just take a look at this one. I'm writing some of the couplets for the Spring Festival, and all the best wishes also to our netizens. Wish you a happy new year in the year of long. So in addition to all of these interactive events, as also we have some games prepared for the children. And also we have some artists there doing the performance in the airport. Now I can see in the airport we have so many intangible cultural heritage. So why is that? Well, right now China attaches great importance to the intangible cultural heritage, and also we do want to integrate the intangible cultural heritage to our local culture. We want to demonstrate the culture in Hainan province. We want to show the customers all of these beautiful memories. Right now, you could see the performance just ended. I would like to have a chat with this gentleman. So now we are approaching to the Spring Festival. How do you feel? I feel very happy that I can do this show on the first day of the Spring Festival Travel Rush, and to show the local opera. I can feel you are so dedicated in the performance. And actually, we are coming to the end to the introduction about the Spring Festival coverage in Haikou. So maybe you could say in Hainan dialect to wish all the netizens a happy new year. Thank you. So here we would like to wish all our netizens a happy Chinese New Year. morning. I'm CCTV journalist Guo Jingming. So today I'm in the Ningbo city of Zhejiang province. I'm at the cruise terminal. So when we are talking about the Spring Festival travel rush, there were different means of transportation. The first come to my mind is the railway and the road transportation, air transportation, and in the end, it comes to my mind about the water transportation. Especially if you are living in the northern part of China, maybe you are not sure how this works. So make sure you leave a comment and also tell us your story about the Spring Festival travel rush. How do you get back home? And do you have any questions about the water transportation in the southern part of China? Make sure you leave a comment. And also today we are joined by an expert from the Maritime Department from Ningbo City. Good morning, everyone. I'm Liu Jinglong. So just now you're seeing one of the cruise is coming close to the port, to the terminal. So for the capacity for this cruise will take 382 people and travel to Zhoushan terminal. So for this cruise, this is responsible for the travel between Ningbo and 4 other islands in Zhoushan. So in our terminal, we have like 4 routes to Zhoushan. So the first one is to the major island, and also we have 3 other routes to 3 different islands along the Zhoushan. And each day we have 44 lines. As I just said, just for people who are living in the inner parts of China, they're not quite familiar about the water transportation. For this one, this is a passenger cruise. So for the first and the second floor, we will take some passengers, and also we're able to transport some of the vehicles on the basement. So how many vehicles it could accommodate for this ship? So for this ship, it could accommodate about like 40 smaller size vehicles, and also it could accommodate 15 larger size of the vehicle. So when will the passengers will come to this place for the boarding? So in about 7 minutes, the passengers will be boarding here. And today we receive an estimate. So for the Baifeng terminal, we are expected to send out 2,200 passengers and also transport about like 700 vehicles. And this will be up by 30% compared to the figure of last year. And this year it is because we have so many students who need to take the cruise to come back home, and also we may have some like workers for a commute. So for Zhoushan, this is basically an island, and we have built many bridges connecting the 2 places. But still, for some islanders, they will choose to travel with ships, and this is more convenient for them, especially during the Spring Festival. So for the surrounding islands around Zhoushan, they would like to take the ships for the transportation and the travel. So in order to ensure the safety, before the Spring Festival, we check all the boats and check all the facilities, just like a test examination. We have to make sure that all the boats and the cruises are safe. Welcome back. Because of the signal, and we have just interrupt for the live streaming. Now we are coming back to the passengers terminal. Right now you could see so many passengers. They're ready for the boarding of the ship. Just take a look. So in this area, actually, we are able to load some of the vehicles. So for these passengers, they will go to the first and the second floor. As we just mentioned that in Zhejiang province right now, it's quite cold. We have a cold wave recently. How we ensure the travel safety for the passengers? So we are working closely to the weather forecast department, and especially if we are expecting a strong wind, and we'll receive the alert from the meteorological department, and then we will send out the alarms and the notifications to all the terminals and all the cruises, so that for all of these cruises can make preparations. If at certain level the wind is too strong, that we will suspend the travel of the cruises. And if the temperature falls very low, and then for certain areas, and then for the passages there may be covered with ice, and then we have to prepare that. And also we may lay out some of the blankets to make sure that there's no slippery for the passengers. And today in the terminal, we feel quite cold, but the wind is not that strong. So I think that this will not affect the travel. According to today's weather forecast, the wind power is not that strong, and also we will not expect a strong wave. So it will be quite safe for the travel. So now you could see the truck is able to be loaded in the ship. So for this vessel, actually, the capacity is about like 1.8 tons. As I just said, it could load about like 40 smaller size of the vehicles, and also we're able to load about like 15 large size of the vehicles. However, we have a height limit. It's about 4.5 meters. So for this ship, on one hand, it will bring the passengers from and to Ningbo and the Zhoushan Island, and also we are able to transport some of the supplies and also materials. For example, some of the natural gas will be also transported from the ship. And also we have a special cruise specialized for that. So for that, cruise is focused on the transportation of the hazardous materials. So we altogether set up like 26 vessels to carry all of those hazardous materials. For example, the liquid natural gas will be transported with our vessels. And also we may also transport some of the oxygen tank and also the carbon dioxide. All of these will be carried with special route. And this year we also have some high tech for the transportation. As you just mentioned, if the wind scale is up to 10, and then we will suspend all of these routes. So on the sea, you could see the situation will change from time to time, especially if we run into adverse conditions. How can we ensure the safety of the passengers? What measures have we taken to ensure the safety of our passengers? On one hand, for the Maritime Department of Zhejiang Province, we have set up a platform to monitor all the different data. So when we are analyzing the data, according to different parameters of the ships, and then we will be more accurate in managing all of these ships and the vessels. And the second, we're adding a great number of CCTV cameras in the port. So for all of these ports will be covered by our cameras. We could see all the vessels coming in and out of the terminals. And also we have a control room. We have people stay on site to monitor the situation in the terminal as well as the situation inside of the vessel. And also inside of the vessel, we have an alarm system to monitor the behavior of the crew members. For example, if some of the crew members they're making calls, that is very dangerous, and then by looking at the CCTV cameras, we're able to understand those situations. And today you could see we have so many vehicles, and for this kind of vessel, I think the major purpose is to transport the vehicles. And I also noticed that for the passengers, they are not bringing a lot of luggages. Maybe they're just coming to the terminal for a daily commute. Well, yes, because today is still a work day. And we are expected that the peak time will come like 2 or 3 days before the Spring Festival and 2 to 3 days after the Spring Festival. So for today, for this terminal, it will, for the whole period, it will actually carry the customers like up to over 500,000 people. Also a big increase compared to last year. So this year, if you're going back home, no matter you're taking the train or the bus or other transportation means, we wish you, all of you, a safe and happy journey. Dear viewers, good morning. I'm He Xiaoyang from CMG. So right now I'm at the Xi'an railway station. And here I'm coming very close to a bullet train. And so in this area, actually, it is a bullet train factory. So for the bullet train factory, is responsible to maintain all of these bullet train. That's why people call this bullet train factory to a bullet train hospital. And today is the day one for the Spring Festival travel rush. So here you could see we have the what we call the doctors. They're checking and examining the situation of the bullet train. And also we have a specialist joining us to tell us more about the bullet train and the maintenance of the bullet train. So this is Mr. Xing. So there were so many people calling the bullet train factory to the bullet train hospital. So I have a question. So how many disciplines we have for this bullet train factory? So for the factory, we have 11 departments. And in the daytime, we have 4 major departments, and in the evening, we have other departments to support the operation of the bullet train factory. So what are some of these departments in the daytime? So we have the examination team, maintenance team, the boiling team, etc. So later we will show you how all of these departments work together for the maintenance for the bullet train. So you said that we have only like 4 departments in the daytime. So there are maybe more people staying on site to maintain the bullet train. Well, I would say the duties for all of these departments are quite different. So in the evening, actually, we will unfold and also open up all of these areas to look at the situation of the bullet train. And in the evening, we will not do a large-scale installation or other types of maintenance. They will just have a routine check of the bullet train. So I would say the most important part is in the daytime, right? Yes, because in the evening we have so many bullet trains coming back to the factory, so we will do a routine maintenance, and this is a very fast and convenient check of the bullet train. So here now I could see for one of our engineer, and now he is checking on the door of the bullet train. As you said that for the bullet train during its operation, the most important part is the door. If the door cannot open or close safely, and this will also affect the conveniences of the travelers. So also you could see there is a safety rope attached to the engineer to make sure that he is safe when checking on the door. So safety is our top priority. So Mr. Xing, so when the bullet train coming to the factory, can you tell us more about the SOP in the factory? So in the morning time, in the daytime, I will give you a brief introduction. So for the bullet train, when you come to the factory, we have the mechanic staff to check the power supply of the bullet train. And then we will cut off the power of the bullet train, and then we will have the staff to check every part of the bullet train, including the bottom of the bullet train. And then we will follow a special sequence to do our job. As you said, in the morning, in the daytime section, we have 4 departments to do the maintenance work. Can you tell us more about the sequence of their work? Well, for these 4 departments, they are responsible for different functions of the bullet train. And according to their mission, they will conduct their work. For example, some people are responsible for the power supply, and for the others, they will be responsible for other parts of the work. Sometimes some of these functions are overlapping, and they will do this work simultaneously. So what is he doing? Well, actually, for these two gentlemen, they're checking the engine and also they're trying to adding some of the fuel and lubricate to the bullet train. So this is our maintenance group. Yes, for the maintenance group, they will try to replace and replenish some of the fuels of the bullet train. And also we are seeing some of our staff, they are weighing on some of the trains. Well, as I said, we have 4 different departments. They have their major roles. So, for example, for some of the people, they have to weigh the bullet train and then they will add the fuels accordingly. I think it is quite precise for the operation of the maintenance of the bullet train, especially in adding the fuels. So, what are these gentlemen doing? So in this group, they are actually checking on the axis of the bullet train. So they are providing some support to checking on the flexibility of the axis. So actually, we have this lady. Actually, she is the youngest engineer in our bullet train factory. So what is your major role? My role is to disseminate the axis of the bullet train. I think it requires a lot of physical strength. Yes, indeed, because we have to do a lot of hard work. For example, I have to turn the screws on the bullet train, and each day I have to look at the parameters, and then we have to turn the screws of all of these axes. And for some of the screws, they're quite heavy. They weigh up to 15 kilogram. So every day I have to carry the toolkit on site because each day I have to turn over 100 screws on the bullet train. Do you have any special techniques? Well, right at the beginning, it's very difficult for me to turn the screw, but now I'm getting more familiar with that. Thank you. So in this area for this department, they're responsible to check the safety of the axis, and also they have to turn the screws to make sure that the wheels and also the train is safe and can be operated smoothly. And we have many sensors. We are able to check the strength and also the power of the screw. And for the staff just over there, they also have to do some of the installation work of the screws. And here we will say that is the major department for us. So now you could see they're detecting the wheels of the bullet train. And now you could see there is a screen in front of him. Actually, we are using this ultrasonic technology to check the condition of the wheels and also the bullet train. It feels like we are doing an ultrasonic examination of the bullet train. So in this area, you could see we are uncover some of the pieces of the bullet train because we have to check all the equipments that have been installed inside of the train. For example, and during the the travel, some of the passengers may go to the restroom, and we have to check the operation of the toilets on the bullet train. So this is what we call a equipment chamber. And then we need to have some mechanician to do a routine maintenance of different parts of the train. And today you could see there were many people here. They're quite busy. So what special arrangements we have for this year's Spring Festival Travel Rush? Actually, safe travel is our top priority, and also we would like to bring in more conveniences to our customers and the passengers. So that's why in the daytime, we have many time shifts to make sure that all of these bullet trains are safe and all of these bullet trains can be well managed and well maintained before they depart. And in the evening, maybe the workload will increase and also we will have more staff working in the bullet train factory. So now you could see we have so many people coming here to provide support to the operation of the bullet train. And also we have some gentlemen and some engineer, they're here also to check the axles. So we have 3 factories in Xi'an. So what is the different roles or the responsibilities for the 3 factories of the bullet train? Well, the major task is the same, but of course we have different types of the bullet trains, and then we will divide these bullet trains and divert them into different factories. And right now you could see we have some mechanicians. They are still checking on the screws at the bottom of the bullet train. And also for these people, they also capture the information and the data about the condition of the bullet train. So they have to capture the data, and also this data can be maintained and also to be circulated to other group. So for the bullet train factory, it feels like it is a big task, but it still requires a high level of accuracy and precision. So today, Mr. Xing has gave us a very detailed introduction about the operation of the bullet train factory, or we call the bullet train hospital. And also he gave us a lot of information about the maintenance of the bullet train. The Spring Festival Travel Rush is coming, and actually today is the day 1 for the travel rush. And I believe that for the bullet train factory is all ready to ensure a safe journey for our passengers. So, Mr. Xing, how do you feel about the workload today? Well, I would say the workload has increased today because today we need to work intensively on the maintenance of the bullet train to make sure that all the bullet trains can be ready for the Spring Festival Travel Rush. I believe that the factory will provide support and lay a solid foundation for the Spring Festival Travel Rush. So that's the end of our part. Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Today is the day one for the Spring Festival Travel Rush. I'm CMG reporter, and today I'm in Xizang, Lhasa. And also today you could see in the train station, it is quite bustling. Right now you could see some of the singing and the dancing performance. Even though these people, they're not professional, but they're not professional dancers, because these people, they're the staff in the train terminal. They want to bring happiness to the travelers, so that's why they're doing all of these shows to welcome the customers and the passengers. And also you could see we have a wish wall, and here you're seeing some of the posters. So on this wall, you could see all of the notes like coming from different parts of China. They also write down some of their best wishes for the new year. For example, they're saying that they want to stay healthy, they want to stay fit, and also some people are saying they want to have a good examination for the midterm examination. And also we are seeing some of people, they are writing in local language. Now you could see from all of these writings, we could feel the affection and also the aspiration for the new year. And also in this place, you could see we have so many people there writing in the local language. I'm not sure about these notes, so I'm joined by a special guest from the Lhasa train station. So here you could see for some of the passengers, they're writing in local language. I'm not sure what they're saying. Can you tell us more about this information? Well, for example, some people are saying, wish you all the good luck, all the dreams come true. And also for this one, they're saying they want to have all the good wishes, good luck in the new year. So for the people when they are coming to Lhasa, actually I believe they all have a very happy journey here. So that's why they will leave all of these lovely comments. And today is actually the first day for the Spring Festival Travel Rush. Can you tell us more about the passenger flow? And today we are expected to send our customers about 8,100 people for the 40 days travel rush. So we are expected to send out 250,000 people. And this will increase by 8.2% compared to 2023. So right now we could see there were so many passengers in the waiting hall right now. And when I come to the Lhasa train station, I could feel the sense of happiness here. It is quite bustling in this place. Please take a look at this area. Well, on one hand, we will send out some of the free presents and gifts to our passengers. Okay, I will have a try to see what I get today. So this is a very lucky one. You have a key ring. Well, actually this one is with Lhasa features. Just take a look at this one. And also it is printed with the Lhasa train station. And also for this character, it is designed by the Lhasa train station. So I hope if you have time, make sure you could come to the Lhasa train station and also feel the Spring Festival vibe. And also this morning, we have invited some of the experts coming from the Lhasa Calligraphy Association. They will come here to write the couplets, and also they would like to express their New Year wishes to the passengers. So here you could see not only standard Chinese are written here, and also we have the local language, the Zhang language writing in calligraphy. It is very popular. So for this one, it means auspiciousness. Hello. So are you waiting here to come back home? Well, I want to go back to my hometown in Zhengzhou, but I just took a travel in Xizang. I really love this place. For Zhang people, they're very warm, and it is very difficult to get a ticket here. Many people are saying that it is easy to come to Xizang, but it is difficult to go out because it is difficult to get a ticket. So, do you know the meaning of this calligraphy? Well, this means auspiciousness. I would like to get this one and take it back home. So, wish you a safe journey. And in this place, we also set up a medical service center. In this area, you could check your blood pressure, because you know that in Xizang we are actually in a plateau for some of the passengers. If they are weak in their physical condition, especially when they come to plateau, and then their blood pressure will increase. So that's why we set up this special medical service center to provide service. So in Lhasa, in order to improve the safety of the passengers in Lhasa, I can see there's a lot of work have been done. Actually, we have different platforms to provide the services to the passengers. So now I would like to show you one of the must-visit place in the train station. So this is a special counter, and this counter is located at the entrance. This is the major service counter for the Lhasa train station. So in this place, we want to show the feature of the plateau, and also we want to represent our characteristics. In Xizang, you can see the different colors are representing the train station, and the different color represents, for example, our passion, our service, and our security, etc. We will provide a lot of services, for example, the guidance and also the consultation, etc. So we could see we can provide a lot of the different types of the consultation to the passengers. Even though a few days ago there was a heavy snow in Lhasa, but still we are not feeling quite cold. And this year, actually, we are rolling out this green card. For example, we will receive some of the requests from the special customers, special passengers. And for those customers, we will give them this green card. If they have this green card, they are able to go inside of the station in advance. And also when they are coming into the waiting hall, and for our ground staff, and actually they could realize the green card on their hand. So I would say for people, if they're wearing this green card, meaning that these people need special care. So for the green card holders, meaning that they're VIP passengers, they will receive premium services from our staff. So in this area, we have set up a special hospital inside of the train station, and this also represents the features of the plateau. So for this train station, you could see for many passengers, when they are coming to the plateau, they're not getting used to the weather here, and so that we will provide some oxygen for the passengers. And also we have the volunteers. They will stay in the train station to provide services to the vulnerable groups. And so for these people, for this volunteer, they not only can speak Mandarin, they could also can speak Zhang language. Please say hello to our netizens. So maybe you could show us both a New Year wishes in Mandarin and also in Zhang language. Thank you very much. So on one hand, we will provide the free oxygen, and also we will have some medical staff staying in the train to provide services to the passengers. Let's take a look. So for some people, when they're thinking of the Spring Festival travel rush, people may think about the ground staff and also the people working on site at the station. But actually, we have some people working backstage. So now I would like to visit some of the people who are working backstage to provide support for the Spring Festival travel rush. Good morning, everyone. So we are the special task force. Actually, we will provide the oxygen tank to the passengers. So for all of the trains coming in the plateau, we have to make sure that we have sufficient supply of the oxygen to the passengers. For the oxygen tank, actually the intensity is very high. It's about 99%. And especially we will target to some of the vulnerable customers. For example, for some people, if they have some fundamental diseases, if they suffer severe symptoms of the plateau sickness, and then we will provide the oxygen tank to these passengers. So I realized that for this oxygen tank is quite different from the normal oxygen tank. So for this one, it is more like a fixed oxygen tank, so that it will not capsize during the transportation or the operation of the train. So for each one tank, it will provide oxygen to 1 to 2 passengers. So for our work, we will deliver all of these oxygen tank to the train. So what is the weight for this oxygen tank? It's about 15 kilograms. Well, I'm not feeling that this is not a oxygen tank. It's actually, it feels very safe when I'm carrying this, especially when they're coming to Xizang, especially for the elderly people. Their physical condition is not that good, and they would like to have some oxygen. So that's why we have to prepare all of these oxygen tanks inside of the train. So we have checked the condition and also the volume of all of these oxygen tanks. And before the train departs, and also the staff will also once again to check the condition of the oxygen tank. So actually for the oxygen tank, we will consider it as a plan B for the train. Good morning. I'm one of the staff from the train. So maybe we will go inside of the train to take a look at this special train. So for Xizang, I believe many people would like to have a travel to Xizang. And also many people have this good aspiration to visit the Xizang. And also people are referring to this specific train that travel from Shanghai to Xizang, Lhasa. So in order to provide good services to the passengers, and then we will provide the oxygen supply inside of the train. Because for some of the passengers, they may suffer from the altitude sickness when they are coming to Lhasa. So when we are providing the oxygen so that it can reduce the symptoms for the altitude sickness. So for the scattered oxygen supply, the oxygen concentration is only like 23% to 25%. But if still not feeling very good, and then we will have this like the oxygen tank to provide more support to the passengers. I would like to show you how the oxygen has been provided to the train. So if some of the passengers, if they suffer from the altitude sickness, and then we'll open this channel, and then we will have a diffusion of the oxygen. And this will also provide a sense of security and safety to the passengers. And also, in order to provide the better services to the passengers, we also have like doctors inside of the train to make sure that life is safe for all the passengers travel to Lhasa. Good morning, everyone. So I am the doctor for the train 166. So actually we have at least one doctor in the train on a daily basis. Can you tell us more about your responsibility? So for our role, we will provide the daily medical service to the passengers. And also we will prepare medicine for some of the seasonal disease. So when needed, we will try to disperse some of these medicines. And every 3 hours, we will check the conditions of the passengers to make sure that we can provide support to the life guarantee of the passengers. Even though you're quite nervous in front of the camera, but I believe that you're pretty confident in dealing all of the sickness of the passengers. So one last question. So for this train, it's very popular, and also you're the head of this train. Can you tell us more about the feelings of our passengers? Well, as the head of this bullet train, I feel a lot of responsibilities on my shoulder. I could see when people coming to Lhasa, they feel very happy, and also when they are coming back, they are full of happiness. So and today we are actually coming to the Lhasa train station to tell you more about the preparation for the train station. No matter you are in or out Lhasa, I believe you are able to feel the happiness in this place. And in half an hour, and this train will be departed, and soon for some of the people, they will going back home with this train, because everyone would like to go back home during the Spring Festival. And then in the last, I would like to wish all the travelers a safe journey during the Spring Festival. Dear viewers, good morning. I'm Cao Dan from CMG. So here I'm standing in front of the monitoring center in the Civil Aviation Center. Today is the day 1 of the Spring Festival travel rush. So in this place, I can understand the situation of the civil aviation in China. So in this place, you could see many people are working. There are many large screens in front of us. So today, in China, it is expected to send out customers for about like 2 million people, and also we are able to send out 15,000 airplanes today. And this is expected to have an increase compared to the previous year. So for this control center, we are able to understand the operation of the planes and also the operation of the civil aviation. So we have Director Dai from this control center. So can you tell us more about the situation here? So good morning, everyone. I'm Dai Jun from the China Civil Aviation Center. So today is actually the day one for the Spring Festival Travel Rush. Can you tell us more about the operation of the Civil Aviation Center? So for our control center, we have like 4 responsibilities. So this is the person on duty. So for this gentleman, he is responsible for the overview, and then he would like to send out the notifications or guidance for the overall emergency tackling. And in this area, we also have a person to collect the urgent information or abnormal information of the operation of the civil aviation. I believe when we are sending out more flights, and I believe for this lady, her workload will be increased, right? Yes. Her major responsibility is to collect information and then to report this information so as to make emergency response. And in this area, this is the monitoring site. And we will put a list here to monitor all the situation of the planes. For example, we observe the departure and the arrival situation to make sure all the airplanes is safe. So if we look at this map, you could see the condition of different planes. Especially we could see, for example, the location of the plane. We will check the condition of each one of them to make sure that the journey is safe. So can you tell me about the coverage of the air flight? So for all the domestic flights, we are able to check their local condition. And also we are able to see some of the domestic flights, even though they travel overseas. On the left side, so in this side, it is a planning position. So for this gentleman, his major role is to make schedules and also plans for the aircrafts. And this area, it is the information site. Also, his role is to collect the information and also report the information upwards. So today is the day one for the Spring Festival Travel Rush. So what is the situation today? I think everything is stable. And it is expected that today we will add 17,000 planes. And right now, already 5,600 planes had been departed. And if you look at the big screen, you can see we also adding some of the visual design, the lanterns, so that we could express some of the festive mood. So can you explain the map for me? So right now we have already executed about 5,700 planes, and tomorrow this figure will continue to increase. And also the weather condition is normal today. And if we look at the condition of each one of the plane, we could see everything is perfect. And on the right side, we have selected the top 10 popular destinations and also the top 10 popular routes. And then we are able to monitor the situation here. So what is the busiest airport here? That is the Baiyun International Airport in Guangzhou. So now you could see the figure here. It is expected to send out 113,000 planes. And also the busiest airline is Eastern Airlines. And also I could see some of the percentage on the screen. So what does that mean? That means the accuracy rate of the planes. So right now you could see the accuracy rate is above like 90% and everything is in order. So today is the day one for the Spring Festival travel rush. And so everything is in order, and also today is a good weather for travel. So on this screen, we could see some real-time pictures for different airports. I think it is quite bustling. It is quite busy. So what measures has been taken to ensure the safety and orderly operation of the airport? So for the Civil Aviation Center, we have already drafted a notification to ensure the safety of the travel of the Spring Festival. And we have taken a number of measures. For example, we have to do a good job in the early planning. So we have to scientifically diverse the capacity of the transport, and also we will increase the responsibility for different positions. And we have clearly assigned this task to different roles of the Civil Aviation Center. We also hold a number of video conferences to once again implement all of these tasks. And the second, we are doing our best to deal with the emergencies, especially we will monitor the weather conditions, and also we will improve the trainings, and also we will take a lot of drills to handle some of the possible emergencies. We also have to come up with the contingency plan to make sure that there's no emergencies coming up. And in the end, we will also encourage the airline to increase more flights. And also we would like to encourage the airlines to improve the transport capacity for their flights, so that we have like more people can travel inside and outside of China. So because of all of these measures, I believe people will enjoy a very safe and festive travel during the Spring Festival. So on the screen, you could see the real-time footage of the situation of different airports and also the situation of the passengers. And today, the busiest airport is the Guangzhou Baiyun International Airport, and also we have so many passengers waiting for check-in and boarding. And also in Shanghai, the two airports is also very busy. And today, because today is the first day of the Spring Festival travel rush, and for some of the airport, they also organize a number of different events. So for example, for some of the airports, they may have the dragon dance or the lion dance to celebrate the Spring Festival. And also we have so many passengers waiting for check-in and boarding. Dear viewers, good morning. So right now I'm at the waiting hall of the Shanghai Hongqiao train station. Today is the first day of the Spring Festival travel rush. And also I already see the first wave of the passengers coming to the train station. They're ready to go back to their hometown to spend the Spring Festival. So when we are talking about the Hongqiao train station, actually this year the passenger flow will reach a new high. So actually the Shanghai railway station, the railway administration will also roll out a number of measures to ensure the safe travel for the passengers. And also in the train station, they are rolling out a lot of new technologies and new devices also to support the safe travel of the passengers. And today we have a special guest joining us so that we can get to know the latest situation about the Hongqiao train station. Good morning. And actually today you could see there are a lot of like the red elements in the train station because red also represents the Spring Festival in China. So maybe today we can have a conversation about the situation of the Hongqiao train station in Shanghai. So my question is, today is the first day for the Spring Festival travel rush. So from your perspective, what is the difference of today compared to last year? Now in the waiting hall, today is a Friday. Now you could see in the waiting hall, we do have a surge of the number of passengers. And today, for the expected passenger flow, if we compare to 2019, the figure will increase by 10%. And today is the first day of the travel rush. And today, we will have a 70% increase of the passenger flow compared to 2019. So in the waiting hall, you could see we also decorated a bit. And we also put a lot of character fortune in the waiting hall. Actually, we could just create such a vibe for the Spring Festival in the train station. Actually, behind me, you could see the vibe in the train station. We have so many lovely stickers representing the Year of Long. And later we will take a look one by one. So let's continue to talk about the situation about the Shanghai Hongqiao train station. As far as I know, and this year the travel rush will last like 40 days, and it is expected to send out passengers about like 40 million passengers, and this will also reach a new high in Shanghai. So what measures will be taken by the Shanghai train station to ensure the safety of the travel of the passengers? So for the Shanghai train station, on one hand, we will increase some of the trains heading to the northern part of China. And also we are adding at least 100 trains in the evening section. And of course, we will monitor the passenger flow and trying to add more work staff in the train to provide more services to the passengers. As you said, we are open some of the new lines, new routes So this year, when we are talking about the popular destination, people will think of one specific city, Harbin, and also some of the popular destination in the northeast part of China. So that's why this year in Shanghai we are actually like adding like 4 additional lines to Harbin. So in Shanghai and this year we are adding some trains like heading to the northeast part of China. And actually this is the first time for the Shanghai train station to add the train line heading to the northeast part. So I believe for many people, especially for people from the southern part of China, they would like to go to the northeast. So we would like to pay special attention to these 4 new lines. And here you could see in the train station, they're wearing the orange vest. They're the volunteer in the train station. So for me, I'm also a volunteer in the train station. I would like to provide a tour guide. So actually, I am a student from a Jiao Tong University in Shanghai. So why do you want to spend your time in the train station to become a volunteer? So right now we are in the winter holiday, and right now I'm seeing that the post from Hongqiao train station, they're setting out a post that they would like to have some volunteer. So I signed up for it. So here I could see so many passengers coming here. For some of them, maybe they would like to go back home, and some of them they would like to travel to different places. I think this is a good opportunity for me to observe the population flow. So I hope everything will be fine with your job. Also, I have another question. So how many times you have become part of the work for the Spring Festival Travel Rush? So this is my 14th time to engage in the Spring Festival Travel Rush. I would say I grew up with the Hongqiao train station. So how do you feel about your job, especially during the Spring Festival Travel Rush? Well, during the travel rush, I could see people coming from different parts of China, and also my responsibility to ensure that all of these people can go back home safely. And we would like to provide more services, and also we would like to add more facilities in the train station to serve these customers. So in addition to those measures to provide services, and also realize that for Shanghai train station, it also rolled out a number of new equipments to provide services to the passengers. For example, I can see this electric screen. So yes, indeed, this is a smart charging device. And also we have different chargers to provide the passengers. So when you're checking your mobile phone or charging your mobile phone, make sure that you check on your time, otherwise you may miss your train. So on one hand, maybe you should pay attention to the big screen, and also on the other hand, you have to listen to the broadcast to make sure that the departure time for your train. Just one more reminder, make sure you stay punctual to make sure that you don't miss the train. And before you check in to the train station, and make sure that you check your belongings and do not lose any ID cards or any belongings in the train station. I also realized that for this year, in addition to all of these new equipments, and also I could see for the Hongqiao train station, it's quite different. We have different services, and also we have different look and feel in the train station. And also I realized that you are part of a new task force for the Hongqiao train station. Can you tell us more about what does that mean for the Xinshang? Well, actually, Xinshang in Chinese means that we have to serve the customers wholeheartedly, and also our mission is to serve the customer. So in this area, we see another group of volunteers. You could see today we will send out the couplets to the passengers in the train station. And each year we will also make this menu for the train station. So here in this map, you could see the equipment and also the location of the service center and the gates. And also we have some of the directions for the shopping malls, the reservation services, and of course we have a calendar for you to buy your tickets. So maybe we would like to go inside of the service station. So for this service station, and also we have our special passengers. They will take a rest here. In this place, we are well prepared. I would like to show you some of these supplies. For example, we have like glasses, we have clips, and also some of the rings, the bands for the children. Sometimes we are seeing a single mom, they are taking a children, and then maybe we'll provide them these devices to make sure that the kids will not get lost in the train station. Well, actually, I can't wait to check some of the New Year decoration in Hongqiao train station. In the Hongqiao train station, you could see the lanterns are hanging out here. And also, we are inviting some of the students from the universities in Shanghai. They will putting up some of the performance. So we have invited some of the experts and specialists coming here to write up the calligraphies. And also we have the students coming from the universities in Shanghai to perform the folk music. All of these are traditional Chinese instruments. So for this folk music performance, you could actually heat up the vibe in the Hongqiao train station. And also you could see we have a stadium and also a post for the passengers to take a photo here. Actually today we just have a short tour inside of the Hongqiao train station. So I can feel that for the train department and the train station, they're trying every heart to serve the customer and also to ensure a safe journey for the passenger. And also on the day one for the Spring Festival travel rush, I could feel that for Spring Festival is very important for Chinese people, and it is a very significant event. Also, I can feel that for Spring Festival, it is a Chinese romance. That means that no matter where you are, you would like to travel all over China to go back home to spend the Spring Festival. Please stay tuned with us, and then we'll give you more information about other stations. Dear viewers, good morning. And today we are actually kicking off the Spring Festival travel rush. And actually each day we will have a daily passenger flow is about 12 million people. So right now I am at the train. station control center. So when you are coming inside of the control center, you could actually see two B-maps. So on the left side, you could see a real-time map for the trains. So for each green spot, it means the trains. And also we could see the figure. So that means that the total number of trains have been operating right now is 3,261, and among which we have like 2,142 bullet trains. And then we will go to the right side, and then we could see the passenger flow. Now you could see different colors of the lines. So if the color is very dark, meaning that for this line is getting very busy. And also we have some of the dynamic figures. Now you could see for some of the trains, they travel from different directions. If I look at the map, I can feel that for some of the big cities, for example, Beijing, Chengdu, Shanghai, Shenzhen. So for all of these big cities, now you could see we have so many people coming in and out of these cities. So from this above this map, now you could see the total number of passengers flow is 4.4 million people. So according to the figure of the National Train Center, Railway Center, meaning that for each day we have over 10 million people traveling by train. And also we have another screens. We are showing that some of the real-time footages in different stations. For example, we are seeing some of the real-time pictures from the Beijing South Station and the Guangzhou South Station, Shanghai, Hongqiao train station, Lanzhou station, etc. You could see the checking in footage, and also for some of the screens, you are seeing some people, they are waiting in the waiting hall. So from my perspective, I can feel that everyone is staying in order and they're quite excited to go back to their hometown. So actually for this area, for this the National Railway Control Center, you could see we have many people working here. They're trying to make sure that all the people, they're safe during their train travel. So actually this year it is first routine Spring Festival travel rush after the pandemic. And I believe before the Spring Festival, the passenger flow is quite flat. But when we come to the end of the holiday, and then the passenger flow will have a big surge. And also the National Railway has also done a lot of measures to ensure the safe travel and also to provide sufficient tickets to the passengers. And today for Beijing, it is expected to send out customers up to 980,000 people. And in Kunming, it is expected to send out passengers to 320,000 people. And also, at the same time, it feels like today we have to adding more than 100 additional trains. And also, in order to meet the needs for the passengers' travel, and then 39 the trains will be added to the northeast destinations. And also for Lanzhou, it also add 9 additional routes to some of the popular destinations. And during the Spring Festival travel rush, I could see this year we are adding a lot of new lines. And actually last year we already opened up some new train stations. And for example, for the Baiyun station in Guangzhou, it will add more trains. So, for example, for the Baiyun train station, it is expected to send our customer with over 600,000 people, and this is a huge increase. So for some of the trains, we will also check the situation of the passenger flow. For some of the trains, there is single-way train, so that's why this train will be considered as a 0.5. And also we are adding like 10 trains in Wuhan. And after the Spring Festival, for the Baiyun station in Guangzhou, it will also add 3 additional trains heading to Shenzhen. And also we will seeing like more trains coming between like Guangzhou and Shanghai. So now you could see for different like popular destinations, during this year's Spring Festival travel rush, we will also see more new lines, and also we will adding more lines between different destinations. And also we are seeing many new lines like coming to Beijing. And this means that for the central China, they are adding a lot of the trains to the capital city of Beijing. And also this year, another new feature is that we are seeing a lot of the transfers between the airports and also the train station. So for example, for the airport, they are adding a lot of the trains. So the people, when they need to take a transit or a transfer to the train station, they could take a direct train from the airport to the train station. And this year, we could see it is quite popular that for people to take trains for tourism. So, for example, in Zhengzhou, it actually designed a specialized train, like filled with the long elements, and this will also adding the festive vibe in the train. And also for Harbin, it also sending out a lot of trains heading to different parts of the northeast China. And also inside of the train, you could also see a lot of performance inside of the train. Even though you could see this year we are expecting a very cold weather, but still inside of the train you could feel very warm. I would like to use one example. For example, in the National Railway Taiyuan station, it actually adding a lot of the equipments, for example, for instant charging and free charging, etc. So this will give more like humanitarian services to people. And also this time we are adding at least 72 like silent, quiet like carriage of the bullet train. And because of the Spring Festival, for many bullet trains, they will provide a lot of artistic performance. So that is my part for the National Railway Control Center. So this is my coverage. Thank you. Back to the studio. morning. This is the waiting for the train station in Harbin. Now in the waiting hall, you could see there are many people staying here. And today we have kicked off the Spring Festival travel rush. Because right now this year Harbin is a top destination for tourism, so we're expecting a big surge of the passenger flow in the train station here. It is expected that in Harbin, in total, the passenger flow will reach 12 million people, and this will increase like 67% year over year. So now you could see all of these like trains will be travel in full capacity. So this year, we are expecting that in Harbin train station, it will add additional 74 trains to different destinations. Especially, we also adding some of the trains to the southern destinations, for example, from Harbin to Guangzhou, and also we are adding some of the evening trains. And by doing that, it will also alleviate some of the pressure for the daytime train operation. And also we have to provide the services for the normal train operation, except for the bullet train. I would say among all of these different train stations, the Harbin train station will be one of the most busiest. Good morning, everyone. So, Mr. Liu, as we just mentioned that this year, as the tourism is very popular in Harbin, so that the total passenger flow will have a big increase. What is the situation right now in Harbin? Well, because of the surge of the tourism, now you could see this year we will expecting more passengers. And in the train station in Harbin, it is expected that for like each day we are able to send out. We have to send out the passenger flow of about like 120,000 people per day. And most of the passengers, they're visiting their family members, and also some of them, they're coming to Harbin for travel. And in order to ensure a safe and comfortable travel for the passengers, we have done a lot of work. First, we have to ensure the capacity. We have to analyze the passenger flow, and then we have to adjust the route. And we will get the information from 12306 to get the ticket reservation information. After analyzing all of this information, we are trying our best to meet the needs of the passengers. As you said, in order to provide better services to the passengers, we have done a lot of work. Yes, indeed, you could see for this year we have opened all the security gates. Well, on the daily basis, we only like open 6 security gates, but because of the travel rush in the Spring Festival, we will open all the 9 gates. By opening up new gates, and this will help to guide the passengers coming inside of the train station. And when necessary, we will also open up the first floor gate. So for some of the passengers, they can wait for their trains on the first floor. So in the morning, we can see, even though right now it is not the Spring Festival, but now we already see a big number of passenger flow. So when the passengers, they're having a long queue, maybe these people, they are worried what happens if they're not able to catch up the train. Well, I would say that is not a big trouble, because we will analyze the number of passengers for each train, and then we will open the check-in gate in advance. And also maybe we will open up more check-in gates. For example, in the past we have like 6 gates for the check-in, but now we will open up like 12 gates for the check-in. This will accelerate the speed for the checking in for the passenger. And we all know that this year many people will choose to travel to Heilongjiang for tourism. I believe in the Spring Festival there may be more people coming to Harbin for travel. So what measures have been taken by the railway station? So we will continue to optimize our services. And this year we have so many people coming from the southern parts of China. So for some people, when they are coming here, they will take a transit in Harbin. So for some people, when they're arriving in the Harbin station, they will make a transit to other popular destinations in the northeast of China. So we have made some adjustment for the elevators. For example, for one elevator, it used for the passengers for the checking in, and for another escalator, it will be used solely for the transit, and this will actually diverse the passengers, and then these people will not have to wait outside of the station. So as you know that for Harbin it is very cold in the winter, and also we have a special program inside of the train station. For example, in the toilets we are able to provide hot water. So even though in Harbin it is very cold outside, but it is very warm inside of the train station. Even though it is a very small step, but still it will provide better experiences for the passengers. And also you could see along by the check-in and the counter, and you could see we have some delivery services provided to the passengers. So for example, for some customers, if they have more luggages, and they can send some of these packages, some of their food and some of the localities back to their house, and this will also lower their burden. And also we have some storage rack in the terminal. Yes, we have some storage rack for the passengers. For some people, they are coming inside of the terminal quite early, and I think it's not that convenient for them to pull their luggages inside of the train station. That's why we provide these storage services. So first they can store their luggages here, and also they can go out of the train station and to have a walk inside of the city. And also inside of the train station, you could see we are able to provide some of the charging services. And this year we are adding all of these new facilities for the charging of the phones. And this will also provide better services for the customers to charge their electric tablets or computers. So that's the reason when we are setting up these charging forms. Yes, indeed, this year there were so many people coming to Harbin, and also we have travel groups. They are coming to Harbin. So what measures we will take to provide services to this group? So actually we have some, for example, the winter camps. We have some children coming to Harbin. So inside of the train station, we have set up a special zone, special areas to serve these children and serve these young students. And also we will assign a specialist, a special ground staff to provide services to the children. And also this group of children, they will enter into the train station with a green channel. And this will also improve the experiences for the kids. And right now we are also seeing that for a group of people, they're doing a lot of performance here. Yes, because we want to improve the experiences for the passengers. So that's why we're holding these musical concerts inside of the train station. We also inviting some of the artistic groups to do the performance so that for the passengers they can feel happy inside of the train station. So we just talk about a lot of services inside of the waiting hall, and also we talk about a lot of the services to the customers on the train. So here I could see there is a toolkit. So in this toolkit, it will prepare some of the daily necessities and also some of the daily medicines. And this year, we have so many people travel to Harbin from the southern part of China. So actually, we will provide some heating pad to the people that travel to Harbin from southern part of China. And this will help them to stay warm in such a cold weather. And also we can see a variety of medicines. So for this first aid kit, you can not only find it in the waiting hall, but also you can find it in the train. Alright, that's my part. Please stay tuned with us. Let's take a look at other train stations. Good morning. Today is the first day of the Spring Festival travel rush. And now I'm in the Henan province. Actually, Henan province, it is a hub for the transportation in China. According to the statistics, and this year for the Henan Zhengzhou train station, it is expected to send out passengers about like 18 million. It will have a big increase compared to the last year. And today we are actually in one of the train stations in Zhengzhou. So in this like Zhengzhou East Station, it is also an important place to connect the south and the north. So what will be some of the new highlights in the Zhengzhou East Station? I'm joined by the special guest, Miss Zhao. So I'm a working staff from the Zhengzhou East Station. Good afternoon. So right now you could see we have so many like passengers going inside of the waiting hall. First of all, can you tell us more about the passenger flow in the Zhengzhou East Station? Well, this year the travel rush will last for 40 days, and today is the day one for the travel rush. And also, today we are expected to send our passengers about 140,000 people, and also we are adding the trains up to 736 trains heading different destinations. So for the Zhengzhou East Station, I believe we have a great amount of the passenger flow. So when you are coming here to take the train, how do you choose the entrance? Well, in our station, we have 6 platforms and also we have 5 entrances. So actually, you can check your check-in counter, and then you are able to find out your entrance. So if your check-in counter is from 1 to 9, and then I recommend that you are going to the northwest entrance. And then if your check-in counter is from 24 to 35, I recommend then you go to the south entrance. So when you are coming inside of the train station, you could see maybe there's not that amount of the passengers. So right now it's at noon. I'd like to understand like maybe the peak hour for the train station. Well, in the morning, the peak hour is from like 9 to 11, and in the afternoon is from like 1 to 4 p.m. So maybe you could make a staggered travel. So also I can see there are a number of the green channel. So for example, if you have an urgent time, maybe you can go through this like green channel to boarding the train. So right now in the Zhengzhou East Station, so if you look at the passenger flow, what is the approximate increase? Well, I do see an increase of the number of passengers. As you said, for the total increase of the passenger flow in Zhengzhou is about a 16% increase. But I think like today is not the peak time. I would say the peak time will come at about like February the 3rd. And also another peak time is about February the 16th to 18th. So I think a few days before the Spring Festival, and then we are expecting a peak time for the train station. Now we're approaching to the Spring Festival. And also for some of the passengers, they would like to bring in some of the New Year goods. So can you tell us some of the tips or some of the reminders for the belongings? So for each time, I would say still like during the Spring Festival, some people would like to bring in some of the New Year goods back to their hometown. Can you tell us some of the reminders? Like for example, what kind of food shall not be taken in the train? Well, for some of the, some people may take oil, or some people will take some of the alcohol. So you have to check on the notification on the train station. For some of the alcohol, if they're not well packed, then you're not able to bring some of these like goods to the train. So what about animals? Some pets. For example, for some people, they would like to bring the cats and dogs to the train. Is that okay? No. Actually, we're not allowed to take the pets to the train. And also, for some people, they may like to take some of the cosmetics to the train. Well, for the cosmetics, it's okay. And also, for hair gels, I think it's a limitation. if your hair gel is within the 150 millimeters, is totally okay. So what about some toys? No. Well, for some of the toy gun, and I think it is not up to our standard. It is prohibited. And as I just heard that for some of the New Year gifts, please pay attention to the train station notification to make sure that in your luggage that for some of the products you're not able to bring it back home. So as you said, right now it is not the peak hour, but still we have some people here, but it is not densely populated. So for the Zhengzhou East Station, can you tell us more about the measures to ensure a safe travel for the passengers? So soon we will arrive at the service counter. And this year we have many volunteers staying on site to provide services to the passengers. So for these volunteers, they're CPC members and some of them are youth league members. And these people will provide some of the explanation about the train station. So what happens if some people want to return or change their tickets? Well, we have a service counter, and of course we will analyze the number of passenger flow and to make sure we have enough staff to handle all of the return and ticket change requests. So can you tell us more about the structure of the passengers? Well, after the festival, I would say many people will heading to the first tier cities. But during the festival, I would say the people will travel inside of the province. And especially during the Spring Festival, people may go to some of the tourist sites inside of the Henan province. And in the service counter, we have many people here to provide services. You could ask some of the information about your trains. And also we will provide the lost and found services in the service counter. And also we have what we call a convenience service box. For example, we have the bandage and also we have some like medicines. And also we have some rubber and glasses, some of the daily necessities. If you run into some urgent problems, maybe you could come to our service counter and seek for help. So what happens if people, for example, to get some of the injured or if they have some disease, are they able to find some of the medical support in the train station? Yes, if you go to the service counter 24 and then you will find a medical service center. Yes, indeed, I can see a great number of the volunteers there at the service counter to provide services to the passengers. So when I'm coming inside of the Zhengzhou East Station, I could see that there are many like lanterns, and also I can see some of the paper cutting inside of the train station. Well, this is because we want to improve the passengers' experiences. For example, we are hanging some of the lanterns, and we are also posting some of the paper cutting with the long elements. And also we just want to create the vibe of the Spring Festival. And this is also the best wishes sent from the Zhengzhou East Station. Now you could see for the people, they're taking the luggage, they're quite excited to go back home. So after they go inside of the train station, they could immediately feel this Spring Festival vibe. So can you tell us more about the transit service in this place? Yes, indeed. For the transit, and each day we have a daily capacity of about like 30,000 people. So we have added like 40 like check-in counter inside of the Zhengzhou East Station. So this is the check-in counter, the two-way check-in counter. So you can scan the code and enter inside of the train station, the platform, and on the other hand, the people can scan your ID and then to go inside of the waiting hall to make the transit. Well, this is quite convenient because if you don't have the ID card, you could use your passport to go inside of the station. Well, a few years ago when I come to the Zhengzhou East Station, at that time we don't have all of these electronic devices, but right now with the upgrade of the facilities, now you could see we could handle the order of the passenger flow, and also it will provide more conveniences for the transit of the passengers. The ultimate purpose is to provide better experiences for the passengers. And inside of the waiting hall, any other services provided to the key customers or vulnerable groups. In the past, we have a special room reserved for those vulnerable customers, but right now we are adding another room. So in that room, we will provide services for the disabled people, and also we will arrange special people, special like working staff to provide services. So make sure when you enter into the waiting hall, you just show your tickets, and then our staff will facilitate you to go to your train. And also we are upgrading our broadcasting, especially in different key positions, we are upgrading the broadcasting. So for example, at the beginning, we will remind the passengers to double check their ID card, and also in adverse weather conditions, we will also remind the passengers to be safe, to mind their steps, and also to take care of their belongings. So except for the upgrade of the facilities, any other upgrade? Well, also we have provided some of the equipments to provide drinkable waters to the passengers. Because in these couple of days, we still feel that in Zhengzhou it's very cold. And especially in the cold weathers, people can come to the station and also can get some hot water. So make sure you go to number 4, 5, 28, and 29 counter to get some of the hot water. And also we are seeing that in some places, we are sending out some of the hula soup, one of the local soup in Henan province. Recently, we are seeing so many people, they would like to travel to Henan for tourism. So I think that is the reason why we are adding this special service in the train station. And this is what we call the flavor of Henan province. So even standing here, I can still feel like the fragrance of the soup. I think hula soup is very famous in Henan province. I think this will largely improve the experience for the passengers. You could see there were so many passengers here. They're queuing here to wait for a bowl of hot soup. So once again, it could take the flavor out of Henan province. Except for the soup service, and also we are seeing some people, they're writing couplets here, and they're writing the character fortune. So in Zhengzhou City, we are working together with the China Calligraphy Association. So if you are taking the train in Zhengzhou East Station, make sure you visit the 32B counter to receive one couplet. Let's take a look. So any train in the evening right now? Well, that depends. We will check the passenger flow. It is expected that we will add 119 trains in this station, but of course we will check the situation of the passenger flow in order to arrange the trains. So how to buy the tickets? Well, actually you can buy the tickets from the 12306, an application, a railway application in China, and it actually open to all the different groups. So make sure you remember the time to buy the tickets back home. Alright, now let's take a look at the couplets. Now I can see there's so many people, they're writing the couplets. So good afternoon. So this is the theme of the China Calligraphy Association. So soon we will be celebrating the Spring Festival of Long. And we are trying to create a festive vibe. And today it is the first day of the Spring Festival travel rush. So that's why today we are working together with the Zhengzhou East Station to write out the Spring Festival couplets, and also to present these couplets as presents to the passengers. And today we could see there's so many passengers, they are getting the couplets from our experts. And by doing this, actually we are implementing the guidance from General Secretary Xi, means that the art will serve the people. And we will love all the people to love art, and also we would like to send out all of these art to our passengers. So now it comes to the end of our session of live streaming. Maybe you could write one couplet and to send the best wishes to our netizens. Alright, so when we are coming to the end of this session, now you could see the master is trying to write out a brand new couplet to send out the best wishes to the netizens who are watching the live streaming. It is quite bustling today. Actually, today many people coming here, they are trying to write down the best wishes. Now you could see for these masters, they all have their own features. So once again, please give us more like reminders to our passengers. Well, we would like to recommend all of you to have the off-peak travel. Make sure you arrive at the train station 1 hour before the departure. In the end, I would like to wish everyone a happy new year. And today, I just take you to the situation in the Zhengzhou East Station. In the end, one more reminder, during the Spring Festival, especially during the travel rush, make sure that you stay punctual and also pay attention to the time to buy your tickets. That's my part. Thank you. Good afternoon. I'm CMG reporter. So right now I'm in the service zone at the motorway and the expressway service area in Liangjingshan. So as far as I know, the Liangjingshan service area, it is the largest expressway service area in Guangdong province. And right now you could see 50% of the slot has been occupied. And in the Liangjingshan service area, it has around like 1,000 parking lots. If the occupancy rate is above like 80%, and then we will direct all the vehicles to other places. So for the passengers or travelers, if you don't have a parking lot, make sure you go to the other side of the highway to find a parking way. So today we're glad to be joined by the special guest from the Liangjingshan Expressway service area. Good afternoon, everyone. So very happy to be joined by our live coverage. So can you tell us the estimate number of the passenger flow this year? According to the analysis for the first day to the New Year's Eve, so it is estimated to have about like 150,000 vehicles. And also on the day of the New Year, on the day of the New Year's Eve, and it is estimated that a vehicle will reach about 180,000 vehicles. Any measures taken by the service area? Well, in order to provide better services to the passengers, we will work with the traffic department. First of all, we will check the condition of the highway and the expressway to make sure that for the highway is safe. And also during the Spring Festival, we will cease any kind of the maintenance or the construction on the highway. Second, we will continue to monitor the situation of the highway in order to deal with any emergent situation. Third, we will add more like service counters in different places. For example, in the toll gates, we will adding like more people standing by to provide services to the passengers and also to handle some of the traffic jams or the traffic accidents. And the fourth, and also we will adding some of the QR code to make sure that for each person, their responsibility to cover all the service zones. I think this is well prepared for the services. So my question is, if there is a traffic accident, so how can we handle that? Well, when you're having this like traffic accident, make sure that you stop your car immediately and then you report to the police immediately. So first you have to park your vehicle in designated place and then to make sure that everyone is safe and then call the police. So what happens if there is a severe traffic accident? For example, the car cannot be moved. Well, first of all, for the people, they have to be removed from the car, and then they should like call the police. Thank you for your introduction. And also, we have another guest. So this gentleman is like mainly responsible for the rescue work in the expressway service area. So the same questions: what happens during the Spring Festival travel rush if the vehicle run into some severe accidents? So what shall we do? Well, first of all, if possible, the driver should leave the vehicle immediately, and then they have to set up a warning zone, a warning sign to the others. And the second, make sure you download an app, and then in this app you can reserve a trailer. So the trailer will help you to remove the car, and also some of the medical team will come up to provide the service and the support. So for some of the drivers, when they are running into an accident, they are not sure about where they are. So make sure you download this application, and then the GPS information can send to the traffic police, and then it will provide more services to the passengers. So this is a motor vehicle. Actually, it has a hoisting function. So the unfolding length of the hoisting machine is about 12 meters, and it is easy to operate. So for this truck, it could be operated easily, especially in the bridge and some of the complicated road. So today is the first day for the Spring Festival Travel Rush. Any innovation for the rescue? Well, for example, this year we are able to provide more rapid response. Can you give us more details about that? In order to improve the response, so for our company, in 197 service sites, we will adding more people to provide the service and the service guarantee. And so for these 197 people, they will also try their best to clear the blockage. And at the same time, another group will monitor the on-site situation to understand the condition when necessary to seek for assistance from other disciplines. And we are also using the 5G technology to provide the services to the drivers. And thank you very much for your answers. So just now, the two gentlemen gave us some introduction about the situation about the express service area. And today we could see we have so many people staying here. Maybe I would like to have an interview with a gentleman. So you are the traveler, right? Yes, I am actually travel from Guangzhou. I'm heading to Zhanjiang. So today is the first day for the travel rush. How do you feel? Well, I feel very happy, very excited because I'm able to go back home for the Spring Festival. Is it your first time to the Liangjingshan Expressway? No, well, each time when I travel to this place, I will take a rest in the Liangjingshan service area. So right now you could see with the renovation of the Liangjingshan service area, it is more spacious and then the environment is much better. So it used to work in Guangzhou, right? Yes. And I'm originally from Zhanjiang. So how you arrange your travel? So from time to time, I would like to travel to Zhanjiang, and then I would like to take a rest in the Liangjingshan Expressway service area. So wish you a safe journey. Now we can see for the passenger, the driver, he's very excited. And actually, it is quite cold outside. Now I would like to enter inside of the Liangjingshan service area. And we are joined by another guest, the Deputy GM of the Liangjingshan service area. Good afternoon. So can you tell us more about this service area? So when I come to this place, I could feel it is quite luxury. Well, for the Liangjingshan service area, it is actually the largest expressway service area in Guangdong province. So we have 1,280 parking lots available in this service area. So when I come inside of the service area, I could feel it is very spacious. So during the Spring Festival travel rush, we will set up a lot of counters, and also we have many volunteers working here. They will provide, for example, the hot tea, and also they will provide the wheelchair, and also we will provide free couplets to the passengers. Because you all know that it's quite cold outside, that's why we would like to provide them with the ginger tea so they can stay warm during the travel. Very nice couplets. We would like to wish all the drivers have a safe journey and spend the Spring Festival happily. And also we have the Jiangmen specialty. And in this shop, we also, you could see you can buy a lot of local food from this service area. All of these are Cantonese specialties. For example, the dried orange peel. And also we have some of the ginger. Yes, indeed, it have a lot of medical functions for the dried orange peels. And also we have some specialties from Taishan, for example, the dry shrimp and also the dry scallop. So all of these are Taishan specialties in Guangdong province. It is well packed, and also you could actually buy some of this to use as a present to give to relatives. And on the other side, you're able to find some of the agricultural products. So for all of these agricultural products, we are collected from the neighboring villages. Just take a look at all of these. For example, we have some of the goose egg, and this is quite fresh indeed. So we really want, when the drivers coming to the Liangjingshan service area, they're able to collect some of the agricultural products and bring all of these products back home. And also you could see we have some canteens in the service area. So for all of these canteens, they're able to collect some of the products from the villages, and also they will use all of those raw materials for the cooking. So when we are setting up all of these shops, this will help to boost the rural revitalization in the neighboring villages. Especially during the Spring Festival travel rush, you could see we have a big number of the passenger flow. So in this special period of time, we are able to sell some of the agriculture products. It is of great significance. And also we have a convenience store. So for example, we could see we have the red tea, and also we have the garlic from different places of Guangdong province. So all of these are local specialties. We really hope that for the drivers, when they visit the stores, they could take some of the specialties and bring out all of these back home. And this place also gathers some of the local agricultural products. For example, we could see we have the garlic. So right now in the service area, we have like over 200 convenience stores. They are selling this like special store. So Mr. Zhang just taken me to a tour inside of the service area. Now I can see that there were so many people coming in and out of the service area, but I can feel that they are quite happy when they are in this service area. So even though today is their first day of the Spring Festival travel rush, so I can feel that people, they're really missing their homes. They would like to coming back home to spend the Spring Festival with their family members. But still, I am quite touched by all of these working staff for their contribution in the Expressway Service Center. This is because of them that all the people, they can enjoy a safe journey. So in the end of this section, I want to wish everyone a Happy New Year. Dear viewers, welcome back. This is our special coverage on the Spring Festival travel rush. So actually this is a test for us, and today is the first day for the travel rush. But in the end, we want all the people can come back home safely and happily. So this is a great grand project for China and for the Spring Festival travel rush. And today I at a very important hub, the Chengdu East Station. And right standing next to me is Dan Dan. Please say hi to our viewers. Good afternoon. I am the party deputy secretary from the Chengdu East Station. So this is the western entrance, right? So first of all, when people are coming to the Chengdu East, they will enter from the west gate. So I want to give a reminder to the passengers. First, remove your hat. And the second, for some of the belongings, make sure that you hold it on your hands. For example, your keys and the lighters. And if you are holding a water, make sure you open the bottle and drink the water, and to make sure that you can pass the security check. So before I started this live streaming, so right now I get the information about today's tickets. Actually, today we already sold tickets up to 200,000. So meaning that we are expecting over 200,000 people travel in Chengdu East Station today. And also during the Spring Festival travel rush, and then the total volume is about 48 million. And for Chengdu East, it will actually take up a big portion of the total passenger flow. So actually right now, it is not a peak hour. In the morning, we have more people coming here. So what is the record for your passenger flow? Well, this year for the New Year's holiday, so on one day we are actually send out passengers over 300,000 people per day. So meaning that 5% up compared to today. It is quite bustling in the Chengdu East Station, and especially if it is densely populated, make sure you take care of your family members. And also today we could see a group, many families, they actually travel to Chengdu East Station. And also today I can see for many kids, they are wearing a wristband. And this is very important to ensure the safety of the kids. Especially, I would like to give a reminder to the parents. So especially when you are going up to the escalator, make sure that you carry your kids to make sure that they stay close to you. So right now, I think we don't see many people in the station. We are not reaching to peak. So in the morning and in the afternoon, we have like a peak hour. So just take a look. We could see for some of the people, they're carrying very large bags. And also they're carrying the buckets inside of the train station. For some people, they're taking some tools inside of the Chengdu East Station, but actually for some of the products, maybe they're not allowed to be brought inside of the train, right? Yes, for example, for knife, it should not be longer than 6 centimeters. So just the length of one finger, right? So you could not bring any knife to the train because you have to take care of the safety of other people who sit next to you. Make sure that you take the knife within the length of 6 centimeters. And also, for example, you may have some short shop tours, especially for some people, they're considering such tours as their working tours. For these people, maybe they will carrying these shop tours as part of their work. So during the security check, I believe at least we have like 2 delivery companies alongside. If your products or belongings is not up to the standard, make sure that you send all of these products by express. So once again, make sure you arrive at the train station in advance and to reserve some time. If you carry some of the inappropriate products or some of the products are not meeting the standards, make sure you send all of these products by delivery. So one reminder, if you travel in the Chengdu East Station, make sure you follow our public account. Because in our public account, we have a very detailed notification specifying that the products that you can bring inside of the train. So here I have a special menu here. So in this menu, actually you could see the departure time and the selling time for the ticket. So you could actually take this as a guidebook. For example, on one hand, you can check the ticket selling information in the 12306, or you could actually check the local train station to check the time for the selling of the tickets. Well, for the travel rush, I think because there are so many people gathering in this place, and then you have to make sure that you arrange everything properly. You have to stay with a good mood. That is the most important thing. Just make sure that you could mind the time and then to get the ticket in time. So right now, this one you could see the train is about to depart. We have a long queue. So even though it is 5 minutes before the departure, we still have a long queue waiting for the train. So make sure you arrive at the train station in advance. For example, if you are bringing some of the illegal products, making sure that you can get rid of those products in advance, and then you can board the train in time. As I said, that for the Spring Festival Travel Rush is a very grand program. So how many workers shall be involved in this program? Well, actually, this year it is the first regular Spring Festival Travel Rush after the pandemic. And we have like many passenger flows, and the structure is quite mixed. We have students, we have migrant workers, we also have people travel to different places. And also this year we are targeting to improve the capacity for the Chengdu East Station, and also we are trying to docking the train station with the bus station. And also we are setting up like special places and to serve the people with vulnerabilities. So now you could see the transportation network has worked together and formed a synergy to support the Spring Festival travel supply. except for the passenger flow, and also we have to ensure a supply to make sure that for the transportation is smooth. So now I would like to show you a footage from morning to now. Now you could see what are the backstage people who are doing their job to support the Spring Festival travel rush. So first, this is the bullet train factory. So I would say this is the bullet train hospital. In this place, it will help to maintain all the bullet trains. In order to ensure a safe travel, this time for Chengdu, they have sent out all the available bullet trains. And also with different sections being opened, and then we could see in Chengdu, we are open more like routes traveling to the plateau. And from this footage, it is about like 3 a.m. This is the session from Qingcheng to Leshan. So for this group of people, actually they have to work in midnight to maintain all of these bullet trains. Now the third footage you could see is the transportation of the coal. So before the travel rush, actually we work together with the coal companies to make sure that we have sufficient trains to carry all of these coals. Now it comes to 8:44. So this is in Fuxing. This is the oil warehouse. Because before the Spring Festival travel rush, we have to provide sufficient supplies to support the Spring Festival. So for all of these supplies, they also be carried by the trains. So each day in early morning, all of this work have to be started. So I would say for the Spring Festival travel rush, it's a mega program because it involves a great number of people's efforts. And today in the morning when I travel to the Chengdu East Station, I can see for the Chengdu police forces, they also work with the armed forces. They're coming to the Chengdu East stations to ensure the security of the Spring Festival travel rush. So now you could see in Chengdu, we have many gates for check-in. So I cannot imagine if 300,000 people coming to this place at the same time. So right now you could see we changed the color of the font. By this small change, people can find their check-in gates more faster. So today, while I'm waiting for the live coverage, and actually, one of the foreigner, they're seeking for help because they found that for some of the Chinese people, they use ID card, they can go through the gate, but for the foreigners, they need to go to the service counter. So the live streaming, we have just talked about that in 2023 for the Sichuan province, they have upgraded the railway network, and this will provide more choices and options for the passengers. And this year, we can see in Sichuan province, we have some of the intercity network. For example, we have two routes that has formed one circular train route. that departs from Chengdu East and then travel to Zigong, Leshan. In the end, it will travel back to Chengdu. So this is the new circular train that has been newly launched this year in the Chengdu East Station. Because by taking this train, actually you could enjoy the food in different places in Sichuan province. And for example, in Zigong and Leshan, they all have their local specialties. And you can visit the different scenic spots. And then in the end, you can go back to the Chengdu East Station. And all of these circular routes is very significant for our travelers. But the most important thing is make sure you get a ticket. But what happens if I'm not able to get a ticket? Any tips? Well, first, of course, you can refer to the official website, the 12306, and also you can make a reservation before the ticket. And also for the 12306, it also add up some spaces for the backup reservation. So make sure you buy the tickets from 12306, because after you enter into this application, you can try to find out the services that you want. And also I want to mention the filling of the information. Make sure you fill in the information in advance before you buy the tickets. So for sometimes people are quite fixed to the schedule, and they set up the alarm, and then they are trying to fill the information after they click into the selling page. But actually, as I said, for this year, there are so many people, they are joining this travel rush. So make sure you make early preparations. For example, you can fill in your information in advance. And when necessary, you could see for the local train stations, they would like to add in some of the temporary routes in the evening or in other times. And this will give you more opportunities to get the tickets. So make sure that you fill in the information in advance, and also you file your request in advance. And this will help the railway center at the railway station to arrange the routes. I would say yes, it is a big task for the Spring Festival travel rush, but in the end, we need everyone's efforts to make sure that we will have a safe and a smooth journey. And in the end, we would like everyone to have their tickets back home. So right now, this travel rush has already started, and you are about to get back to your home. And I also wish every one of you a safe journey and a happy new year. So that comes to the end of the live coverage today. Thank you.